Scorpio, hey, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in and checking out this tarot reading for the zodiac sign of Scorpio for the month of March 2023. It's intended to just be a general reading. So let's see what you guys have going on here. So I'm seeing a lot of, you might be a little bit overwhelmed at work right now. Some of you are, some of you have a huge responsibility where you work. Maybe you're the boss, or you're just in charge of a lot of people or a big section of whatever it is that you do. There's an enormous amount of responsibility here too. Some of you, you're involved in the financial part of what you do. But it's like there's too much going on and maybe you want to escape. I don't mean literally physically escape, but it's like it's like a rat race, whatever's going on where you're at now. There's just too much coming at you. Some of you just literally want to go hide and and do nothing, just hide somewhere so people can't find you. And yeah, there's this, some of you are just dreaming. Some of you might have a vacation coming up that you're looking forward to, and that's kind of keeping you going. For those of you that is involving work, maybe it's your significant other might, own a business, run a business, or even somebody's just kind of starting out at something. This may have been something that moved really quickly that you weren't expecting. It's maybe deciding to take action on something finally was a little bit more overwhelming than you thought it would be. Maybe there's a financial aspect to it that's a little bit unstable right now, or, not for everybody, but it could just be, like I said, I'm seeing that you just maybe have a big financial responsibility when it comes to this, to keeping things in order, keeping things under wraps. But there's a feeling of wanting to take a vacation, go to the beach, do something relaxing. It's like a daydreaming, sort of thing. And for some of you, you're being told that you might be overwhelmed, with what you're doing. For example, if you're in charge of something, maybe you don't realize that maybe you're stressing other people out. You're making other people a little bit afraid of you because you're letting your stress spill over into other people's work, into what other people have to do. And you're being, advised to take a softer approach, maybe speak with a little bit more compassion, have a little bit more empathy for other people's, job or situation or whatever. That might be the key to fixing whatever it is that you feel is kind of overwhelming, or stressing you out. It's definitely a vibe of feeling like a lone soldier here, somebody who has to do it all in order to keep things running, keep things being successful. Okay, and some of you have made a decision to move forward on a romantic situation, on a love situation, something that maybe is kept you stuck for a while. Maybe you were the other person. I take it how it resonates. Someone's made a decision here that they're they're determined to, they've determined something in a love relationship. And it was something, somebody has a new perspective on something here that they didn't have before. They've made a decision to, full speed ahead. So if you've been, kind of, maybe you guys have been just friends or just dating, or maybe dating other people, or somebody here wants to be tied down. Somebody here is ready to be a one-man woman or a one-woman man or whatever. Someone's made a definite decision that this is the relationship for them. For some of you, you've really completed a cycle on, you've really learned some hard lessons on maybe about other people in your life, like, you know, who, I want to say who you let in your life or who you don't, but I don't necessarily know it's necessarily that, but it's like there's been some sort of epiphany about like human nature in general, or how other people operate. Like you've been, for some of you, you've had the same lesson in front of you, several times about, either dealing with, toxic people or disruptive people, dysfunctional people, whoever it is, people that are, people that are holding you back. You've kind of had the same lesson a few times and not really gotten it, I think, but you have now. You have leveled up for sure. You've either you've learned the lesson or you're learning it now. But there's a completion here to that, and there's a like alignment once again with like who you are. Let's see if we can get any more cards out of this deck. Yeah, for some of you, this was a really serious time in your life where maybe there was just person after person that was, just testing you in some way, like, testing your loyalty, testing, your faith in things, making you question what kind of person that you are. And you've definitely, like, your discernment, your judgment, your everything has it's just grown. You've acquired the strength that you were supposed to acquire from this situation here. So you have 5 major arcanas right here. You've got the Devil, the World, the Empress, Judgment, and Strength. So it's like I said, all I see here is like maybe there's a little bit of an overwhelming work situation. It seems to be an easy fix if you can, take a softer approach, take a kinder approach, be a little bit more whimsical, a little bit more empathetic. Maybe some of you just need to plan a vacation, or maybe you need to just focus on that vacation that you're trying to go on. Some of you have made a major decision, or somebody in your life has made a major decision about moving forward within a connection, within a relationship. They're, like I said, they're ready to, if the problem in the past was people didn't want to be tied down or people didn't want to feel stuck, like they're ready for that. They're over that feeling. They've overcome whatever, bondage, whatever, limitations, whatever, self-destructive things that they had. They've overcome that. It's a new beautiful cycle starting. And if you've questioned yourself in the past, if you've questioned your own judgment in the past, you don't need to do that anymore. Like, you have the skills here to know exactly who you are, and exactly what your worth is, and exactly what, you don't need to question yourself. You don't need to question your courage. You don't need to question your attractiveness, like nothing. Like you have completed whatever this was that was holding you back for so long. So let's do this one. Oops, excuse me. Yeah, in a lot of ways, you're experiencing like something new that you're passionate about. Like you've come out of some, really trying time, some really overwhelming time, and maybe you didn't think that you could be, maybe you didn't think there's anything else out there to be interested in, or to be passionate about, but you're finding that again. Yeah. Okay. And consequently, if it is a work thing, you need to just take a break. You need to take a break from work for a little while, and you'll regain your passion for it. If you've kind of lost your, your will to be enthusiastic about whatever it is you're doing, and you just feel like you just want to run and hide, you do need to take a rest. Like some of you seriously need to get more sleep. You need to take a good rest. If you're burning the midnight oil constantly, if you're working on the weekends, you know, when your job really only requires you to work Monday through Friday, you need to take a serious rest, and you'll find the inspiration that you need again. Like I said, for some of you, it's vacation. Let's see if we can get anything else with this. Nope. All right. Hold tight, Scorpio. Yeah, for some of you, just have way too much going on. I mean, that's all I've got here is like wands everywhere. You just have way too much going on. And you've got, of course, your Scorpio, you've got the determination to see it through. Like you're going to keep going because that's what you are. You know, that's who you are. That's what you do. You have the determination to just get this all done, but you need to make sure that you're taking some time to rest. Yeah, definitely someone's in love with somebody here. They want to hold on to, somebody wants to hold on to this connection. Somebody's determined to hold on to it. Some of you have a child that you're trying to, you know, hold on to in some way. For some of you, maybe you're trying to get custody of your child, or you're trying to keep custody of your child, or you maybe like you feel like your child's growing up too much and you're trying to hold on to them. Some of you, it could be like maybe some of you have children that are going off to college, or maybe they're going to spend time with, you know, maybe they're going away for spring break or something like that. But it seems a little bit more of like, for you, it seems like a little bit more of a definitive sort of ending here. Yeah. For some of you, it's somebody in your life that's starting something new. They're taking a new direction, a new risk somewhere. Yeah, for some of you, there's a child's father here that maybe keeps things from you, or keeps you in the dark about things, maybe about your child. Some of you, maybe you don't know. Maybe there's a lot of information being kept from you. It doesn't have to be about a child, okay? For some of you, it's not. For some of you, there's information that's kept from you. There's a person that's closed off to you in some way, and you feel really hurt by this, because I think there's just somebody who won't be forthcoming about things. Could be a child's father for a lot of you. Yeah, for some of you, or whoever I'm talking about here, it makes you have to kind of hold yourself back from taking action, from doing something really rash and sort of like bullheaded or cutthroat, in order to kind of get what you believe is fair. Some of you, you have to be careful not to overreact, not to do something really, you know, thoughtless to try to get what you think is fair here. Let's see if I can get a couple more cards from this deck, and then we'll move on. Some of you, this could be a boss. you may feel like you're not being paid enough for your skills, and it's some of you are questioning whether you should stay with this position or go do something new. So from the beginning, maybe this is your overwhelming feeling around work, but you definitely have some sort of boss figure, some sort of, father figure, like I said, baby father, something like that, that's keeping things in the dark from you, that holds things back. Maybe keeps you, somebody here is questioning ending something and moving towards something else. You don't see it in a romantic way, but you have to be careful not to be too cutthroat in your attempt to get justice, because you're going to make this person just be more obstinate and not do anything. Like it's not going to be effective if you sort of take a warrior stance to like, this is what's right. It's not going to be effective. It will, it's going to make them be dig their heels in. Okay. Let me get a few more cards for you, Scorpio. Yeah, there's still, like I said, there's a feeling of not, there's a feeling of being rejected in some way, of feeling like, you need to come up with a new strategy. It's like a planning for the future. Yeah. I don't know if, let me cover up her boobs here. You literally have the warrior woman right here. It's saying don't take that approach. Yeah, you need to, some of you are just bored at what you're doing. Some of you just feel like really just, just dissatisfied with what you have. And it could be because you're underappreciated where you're at. Some of you are trying to make a new strategy. You're trying to make a new plan to, be more successful in some way, maybe be a little bit more independent about what you're doing. But you need to, there is this feeling of like, like whatever someone can do, I can do too, which is really cool. But be careful that you're not, sending the wrong signals like to an authority figure with that. But it also looks like from these cards here that maybe you are going to have to, go in a different direction if you want to get your 10 of Pentacles. You may have to, maybe some of you are fearing that like, if you quit your job or you speak up about something, it's going to, cause a problem. It might, it might, some of you are worried that you'll regret your decision if you do that. But what it's showing here is that if you take that action towards something that might be a little bit more peaceful for you, or a little bit more, calmer, something that's not going to be as overwhelming as this is right here, it's going to bring you a lot of security and a lot of success and a lot of happiness. So he said, Scorpio, you got a few things going on here. Take what resonates. Some of you are really overwhelmed at work and you need to just take a rest, take a vacation, keep your eyes and your thoughts on the prize, which is some sort of reprieve, some sort of vacation. Take a softer approach to what you're doing. For some of you, when it comes to love, there's a definite decision that's been made here about, securing, solidifying, sticking together with, whoever it is that's important in your life or that you've been dating. Some of you have made a really huge leap into a new cycle for yourself. You've really leveled up, like hardcore leveled up. You have the discernment, you have the courage, you've literally like conquered the devil here in terms of either people or a situation. Like you have what it takes to do what it is that you want to do. Some of you can't handle all of the responsibilities that you have. You're determined to, but there's something here that's being held back from you, either in a child situation, you know, ex baby daddy custody situation. Some of you, it's a child that might be like leaving to go somewhere, but somebody in authority, somebody in a in a position of authority, you feel like they do hide things from you. Some of you are really questioning whether to end something, to take a new risk somewhere else. You just need to be careful not to do anything that comes across as really like don't be an asshole, you know? Don't be an asshole trying to prove your point. Don't be, you know, don't be thoughtless about how you're going to get justice, because it's not going to work with whoever it is that you might be dealing with. And you got the same theme here, but if that's your story, if that's your situation, and you are wanting to make a strategy, a plan to move in a different direction to be successful elsewhere, it might cause you a little bit of pain. It might cause whoever this person is that you work for, you're responsible to, or whatever it is, they, you know, it might hurt you, and you might be worried about regretting it. There's a possibility that you're worried about regretting it. But if you move in a different direction, you've got a lot of security and a lot of abundance. So thanks for watching, Scorpio. Thanks to everybody who's subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it, and I will see you all again soon. Bye.